Are you ready to unlock a life beyond your wildest dreams? It sounds crazy, I know. We're taught that success hinges on money, connections, free time, a fancy degree, the whole 9 yards. But what if I told you that none of it matters a whit if your inner compass is pointing in the wrong direction? Most people spend their lives spinning their wheels, stuck in a rut, knowing what to do but paralyzed from acting. It's not a lack of intelligence, it's something far deeper, a hidden program running your life. Ever felt like you're flooring the gas pedal, but your car remains stubbornly parked? Like you're capable of so much more, yet an invisible force keeps you chained to the same old routine, debts, job, existence. That's the reality for most. They dream big, but those dreams remain just that, dreams. And the worst part? They are clueless as to why. I'm about to share a truth few dare to confront, a game changer that shifts everything. The problem isn't outside you. It's not the economy, your upbringing, or your boss. It lives within, in your deeply ingrained mental model. This model is a subconscious cocktail of habits, beliefs, and thought patterns that automatically dictate your behavior. You think you're making independent choices, but you're merely replaying a script written long ago, a script not even authored by you. Your parents, teachers, society, they subtly, sometimes well-meaningly, programmed it into you. The result? You're stuck in a loop, repeating the same outcomes, even when desperately trying to break free. Sound familiar? I know I need to save, but there's never anything left. I know this relationship is toxic, but I can't leave. I know I should start that business, but something always stops me. You asterisk no asterisk, but you don't asterisk do star. That's your mental model calling the shots, and it's more powerful than you realize. I remember a woman in Phoenix, Wendy. She'd flown in from England, dragging her reluctant 24-year-old son along. He needs to hear this, she said, eyes welling, because I'm the one who programmed him wrong. In that instant, she grasped the power of mental models and the fact that she was passing down the very blocks that had held her back. It's a cycle. And only self-awareness can shatter it. Ever ponder how you learn to think about money, success, work? Phrases like, money doesn't grow on trees, get a good education for a stable job, rich people are corrupt, these aren't just phrases, they are commands, etched deep into your subconscious. Even if you devour finance books, watch motivational videos, and take courses, if your mental model remains unchanged, your results will too. This isn't some airy theory, it's behavioral science. Psychology confirms that over 90% of our thoughts are repetitive, and 95% of our actions are unconscious. Wake up, grab your phone, brush your teeth, commute, autopilot. And the problem? That autopilot was programmed by someone who might not have even known what they were doing. This doesn't mean you're lazy or incompetent. In fact, many trapped by limiting beliefs are highly intelligent, educated, bursting with brilliant ideas, yet remain frustrated, achieving only mediocrity, wondering, why isn't my life advancing, even though I'm giving it my all? Because effort without mental recalibration is like rowing a boat tied to a dock. Exhausting, yes, but utterly unproductive. So, how do you change it? Self-observation is key. Identify those automatic patterns. Pay attention to the phrases you utter without thinking, the excuses you readily offer, the knee-jerk reactions. Try this, for 7 days, meticulously track every automatic action, from waking to sleeping. Note even your thoughts when checking your bank balance. You'll be shocked. This self-awareness is the first crack in the cycle. And once you see the invisible, there's no going back. You'll view the world differently, recognizing that your actions are responses to outdated programming, and, most importantly, that this programming can be rewritten. Be warned, your mind will resist. It's wired to keep you in familiar territory, throwing up 1,000 reasons not to change, that it's risky, too early, too late. That's your mental model fighting for survival. Your mission? To challenge it. You're not limited by ability, you're limited by a mental system that isn't yours. Now you have a choice. You can break free. And when you do, the results might seem magical, but it's just you, finally in control. Notice how people talk about and feel about money. It's often portrayed as malevolent, dirty, corrupting. How many times have you heard or repeated phrases like, "Money doesn't buy happiness, rich people don't go to heaven, he's only interested in money, money is the root of all evil"? How can you attract something you subconsciously believe is wrong, dirty, or dangerous? This internal conflict stifles flow, prosperity, abundance. Money is neutral energy. It's neither good nor bad, it simply amplifies what's already within you. Generosity is magnified, selfishness is exposed. The problem is never the money, it's your internal narrative. Scarcity isn't in the world, it's in the mind. More money circulates now than ever before. Yet, many still moan, "I never have enough." Why? Because their mental model is one of lack, programmed to see what's missing, not what's available. This realization turned my life upside down, or rather, right side up. I was a low-paid fireman, living a mediocre life, believing I was doing my best. But a man named Raymond Douglas Stanford introduced me to Think and Grow Rich and something ignited within me. I realized no one had ever taught me how to think about money. I was merely repeating what I'd heard, carrying limiting beliefs that made me feel undeserving, incapable, that it wasn't for me. Let me tell you something crucial, money is for you. And it starts flowing when you shift your relationship with it. Notice how those with a wealthy mindset act. They don't ask, "Can I afford this?" but, "How can I create more value to acquire this?" You might think it's because they already have money. No. They got there because they thought that way before the money arrived. Oprah Winfrey, raised in extreme poverty, facing abuse, rejection, racism, built a billion-dollar empire. How? By reprogramming her mind, she refused the story she was told. This isn't magic, it's a decision, a mindset. Conversely, countless lottery winners lose it all. Inherited fortunes, sudden successes, massive contracts evaporate, leading to bankruptcy, depression, or worse. Diego Maradona, a football genius, suffered financial and emotional ruin. Why? Because despite his talent, his internal model remained unchanged, a scarcity mindset, self-sabotaging. These might seem like extreme examples, but this happens daily to ordinary people who earn more but can't keep it, who find ways to squander any surplus, who fear charging, selling, receiving. It's not coincidence, it's mental programming. Research from Cambridge University reveals that financial habits form by age 7. Your anxieties about spending, investing, opening your credit card bill, much of this stems from childhood, from hearing phrases like, "We can't afford that, ask your mother, she handles the money," or, "Don't get involved with rich people things, that's not for us." You grow up, get educated, get a job, start earning, but inside, you're still that child who learned that money is scarce, difficult, or dangerous. Now imagine that person trying to start a business, save, invest, or change their life. The mental model kicks in, sabotaging everything. You don't have to live like this, but you must question everything you believe about money, everything. Have you considered that having money doesn't mean taking from someone else? That prosperity isn't exploitation? That wealth isn't sinful? Nature isn't scarce, look at a forest, a river, the sky. Everything flows, abounds. Money should flow into your life too, but it needs a welcoming invitation. Only you can open that door. That saying, "When you change, everything changes?" It's true. Your reality is a reflection of your inner world. Shift your internal relationship with money, and it will appear in ways you can't imagine, an idea, an invitation, an opportunity, a reconnect. But none of this happens while your heart screams, "Money is wrong." Start with a simple decision, stop speaking ill of money. Stop saying you never have enough. Replace those old phrases with, "Money flows to me easily and constantly." It might seem silly, but it's not. Your mind believes what you repeat with emotion. Repeat something new forcefully enough, and the old begins to fade. You don't need to know how or from where, just be willing to think differently. The money is already out there, seeking someone to receive it with gratitude, not guilt, with enthusiasm, not fear, with consciousness, not attachment. Make peace with money, and it reciprocates. The abundance cycle begins, a cycle worth experiencing. What truly separates those who build extraordinary lives and fortunes from those stuck in the almost zone? Not intelligence, luck, or even work ethic. It's the capacity to make decisions and make them quickly. Most people procrastinate, overthink, overwait. They crave absolute certainty before moving, but that certainty never comes. They remain paralyzed, trapped in a loop of analysis, doubt, and fear. Time, opportunities, life slips away, and nothing changes. Successful people, however, make swift decisions, adjusting them slowly as needed. They don't wait for all the resources, they don't need to understand every detail. They decide first, the path unfolds afterward. I'm not advocating impulsivity, but clarity, knowing what you want with such intensity that doubt finds no space. The problem is that most people don't even know what they want, and thus hesitate, procrastinate, freeze. When you truly want something, you decide, even with fear, without money, without knowing how. When you decide with conviction, the universe aligns. The right people appear, ideas emerge, resources arrive. But nothing happens until the decision is made. I'll never forget meeting Phil Goldfine. Unhappy, underpaid, hopeless at work, yet a burning desire within him. He contacted me after reading * You Were Born Rich *, asking, "Can I change all this?" I replied, "Yes, but only if you decide to." He hesitated, thought, breathed deeply, then said, "Okay. I decide now." That was the beginning. He didn't know exactly what he'd do, but he knew what he wanted. Today, he's an award-winning producer, an Oscar on his shelf. His life transformed entirely because he decided. Deciding forcefully shifts your mental frequency. You begin thinking, feeling, and acting as if you've already achieved it, altering everything energetically. You align with the vibration of your desire. This isn't esoteric mumbo-jumbo, it's physics. Everything vibrates at a frequency. Thought is one of the most potent energy forms. It transcends time and space, connecting and attracting. When you truly think of something you desire, not just with your mind, but your whole being, you attract what vibrates at that frequency. It's law. But you only enter that frequency when you decide. Before that, your mind is scattered, flitting between fleeting desires, superficial wants, and inherited fears. How often have you said, "I'll start exercising Monday, I'll save next month, I'll quit when I have something lined up"? These aren't decisions, they are excuses disguised as plans. The more you postpone, the more you reinforce indecision, the root of mediocrity. Napoleon Hill studied over 25,000 people who failed. One key cause: inability to make decisions. Those who amassed fortunes had a common trait: they decided quickly and changed slowly. Imagine the power of that. When you decide, you eliminate doubt, seize control, declare your readiness to the world, and the world responds. But here's the catch: you can only decide quickly when you know what you want. And there's the rub. Many don't, or pretend not to, because knowing requires commitment, which is scary. It demands action, risk, leaving comfort zones. You'll never feel 100% ready. If you wait for that, you'll wait forever, dying with the regret of what could have been. Life belongs to those who decide, even with butterflies, without a perfect scenario, despite the voice urging you to wait. If you lack clarity, perhaps you're too distracted, seeking approval, asking for opinions. When last did you brutally honestly ask yourself, what do I truly want? Not what's expected, safe, or doable, but what you really want. That question changes everything, guiding you. When you know the answer, don't wait, decide. You don't need to understand the path, take the first step: internal, mental, emotional, the decision. Success isn't luck, it's decision backed by action. Your life starts moving when you stop overthinking and decide what you want to live. Ever craved something intensely, yet it remained elusive, as if an invisible barrier separated you from your desire? That barrier exists, but it's not in the world, it's in your mind. Your desires are in one place, and your thoughts are in another, like trying to tune a radio to the wrong station. You might want a symphony, but if you're on the wrong frequency, all you hear is static. Everything vibrates, your thoughts, emotions, and desires each resonate at a specific frequency. Most people think based on their current reality, not the one they want to create. They are stuck on their present frequency, trying to attract results on a different plane. Impossible. You won't achieve your desires by thinking like someone trapped in scarcity, fear, or the past. Thought is the most powerful energy. It transcends time and space, connecting and shaping. NASA astronaut Edgar Mitchell conducted thought transfer experiments from the moon, proving that human thought can influence matter at a distance. This isn't belief, it's science. Why then do we act as if our thoughts are insignificant? Because we're conditioned to believe only what we can see, touch, measure. But what you see today is a reflection of what you thought yesterday. Your reality isn't the cause, it's the consequence. To change your life, change your thought frequency. Start simply, profoundly. Stop thinking like someone where you are, start thinking like someone who's already arrived where you want to be. When someone says, "I'll start when I have money, I'll move when the perfect opportunity arises, I'll start a business when I feel ready," nothing happens. These thoughts are frequencies of lack and waiting, while their desire vibrates at a frequency of decision, action, and confidence. It's not money that brings the decision, it's the decision that brings the money. It's not the ideal moment that creates movement, it's the movement that creates the ideal moment. The frequency shift comes first, the result follows. Have you ever thought of someone, and they call? That's synergy. You picked up their vibration, and they picked up yours. It happens constantly. Imagine doing this consciously, aligning your thoughts with the frequency of your desires. Specificity is key. Saying, "I want more money," is like using a GPS without a destination. Finding a coin solves nothing. Specify what you want, how much, when, where, how it will feel, giving form and defining the frequency. I used to think vaguely, "I want to earn more." The universe doesn't respond to vagueness. One day, I detailed how much, from where, and how I'd feel upon achieving it. Something shifted, not outside, but within. The frequency changed. Unlocking your potential. From background actor to leading star for years, I've witnessed a powerful transformation in countless lives, a shift from dreaming to achieving, from scarcity to abundance. It's not about luck, it's about aligning yourself with the frequency of what you desire. Think of it like changing the channel on your TV. The program you want is always there, but you have to tune in to see it. Your desired reality already exists. You just need to harmonize with it. This isn't a passive process, it demands commitment and a willingness to resist your mind's attempts to pull you back into old, limiting beliefs, the whispers of impossible, risky, failure. You must actively cultivate the feeling of already possessing what you want, using vivid imagery, affirmations, and sensory details to immerse yourself in that reality. Act as if it's already yours. I remember one woman, stuck in a bartending job for 15 years, despite her burning passion for animal training. She craved a change, but felt trapped. We shifted her vibrational frequency. She started thinking, acting, and feeling like a successful entrepreneur, even before she had a concrete plan. Opportunities suddenly appeared, and now she thrives, financially secure and deeply fulfilled. This isn't some esoteric mumbo-jumbo, it's about taking control of your narrative. How many people live as supporting characters in their own stories? They go through the motions, work, bills, survival, but never truly live as the protagonist. They follow a script written for them by others, believing this is all there is. This isn't life, it's repetition. You weren't born to repeat, you were born to create, to direct, to star in your own masterpiece. The danger lies in the unconscious compliance. Many feel busy and in control, yet they are merely reacting to external forces, living by outdated family, cultural, and societal norms. When was the last time you truly reflected on whether you're living your chosen life or a life imposed upon you? This uncomfortable self-assessment is the catalyst for transformation. It's acknowledging the brakes you've been applying, recognizing the emptiness despite your achievements. Another woman in my workshop, a highly skilled, well-compensated bartender, had a hidden dream: to open a dog training school. Her eyes lit up when she spoke of it, revealing her true, vibrant self, masked by the seemingly comfortable routine. She was a star trapped in a supporting role. She took the leap, embraced her potential, and found not only financial success but also profound joy, purpose, and freedom. We all have a stage, some hide behind the curtain, others step into the spotlight. But you don't ascend the stage with fear and excuses, you do it with courage, conviction, responsibility, and a firm decision. You are the director of your life. Regardless of your past, you can rewrite the script, change the scenery, recast the supporting characters, and create a new ending, starting now. Stop seeking approval, waiting for permission to be happy. You don't need permission, you simply decide. So many people are trapped in the pursuit of external validation, living for the approval of others. This leaves them frustrated, exhausted, and disconnected from themselves. You have talent, dreams, and potential. You may be operating below your capacity because you were taught to fit in, to dim your light. Now is your chance to redefine what's possible. Believe in yourself, this is the cornerstone. When you believe, you act, speak, and attract differently, you live differently. Your security resides within, in the certainty of living your truth. This truth isn't perfect, it's human, intense, and real. It's never too late to reclaim your story. This journey requires courage, the courage to be seen. Many who yearn for change fear exposure. They dream big, yet hide their thoughts, ideas, and aspirations. Why? Fear of judgment, criticism, failure, ridicule. This fear keeps millions trapped in small lives. You can have the best plan, but without the courage to be visible, nothing happens. The world rewards those who dare to appear, even if they are trembling. This fear is universal, rooted in childhood experiences. We learn to protect ourselves, to be inconspicuous, to wait for others to approach. But they don't, because you're hidden. How much of your life is blocked by self-protection? How many opportunities have you missed by waiting for the perfect moment? When I started teaching personal development, I had no credentials, no platform. People laughed, some dismissed me. I almost gave up. But the message was bigger than my fear, so I persisted. Over time, people listened because truth, spoken with conviction, always finds an audience. What you hold within can change lives, but it must be shared. You'll face the fear of judgment, of being silly or imperfect. Not everyone will understand or applaud, but that's okay. The most formidable judgment is your own self-doubt. That's the old paradigm trying to keep you small. Authenticity is magnetic. When you show up, even with fear, something shifts. Confidence arises not from external validation but from ceasing to hide from yourself. What you're ashamed to show is exactly what will heal others. Your pain, your doubts, your story, these can help someone else take the next step. But it only happens when you dare to appear. Challenge yourself, share something you believe in over the next 3 days. It could be a conversation, a social media post, or simply speaking aloud in the mirror. Face the fear of being seen. When you show up, your life starts to move. There's no more powerful place than the center of your own truth. You can no longer hide from who you truly are. Everything you desire is on the other side of courage. If this resonated, you're ready for the next step. I'll see you in the next video.